We are live. The transformation will be seamless. The transformation will be imminent. As long as you believe in yourself and your higher potential, you will meet your higher self down the road. So, we are the champions. Yes. The Cosmic Masters programs are inimitable powerful. They can boost your confidence up a notch. I've noticed dramatic results just by dipping my toe in hypnosis and going to the next level. And the next level is self catharsis. Once you reach that level, you can forget about your past and resume your life. The key is having more control in your life. This is the missing ingredient and the stepping stone to start succeeding more in life. Everything starts by assuming control in your life. When you assume that you have control, everything just falls into place in one way or another. The key is to live a joyous life on your terms if you program the mind a priori. Nothing can stop you when there's a resolute will, and may success find you prepared. I like meddling with the unknown, embracing and harboring a new philosophy that will guide me to the next level of self-actualization. I am a living testament that this thing works. This thing called hypnosis works straight out the gate. And we are all in unison together, welcoming this new reality in our lives and feeling better all day long, feeling, enamored by the sheer process of delving deep into the unknown, delving deep in hypnosis. You just need sometimes to unwind, relax, and feel and breathe, the environment, live the now, so to speak. This will allow you to meditate more intensely and feeling like an inbred winner, so to speak. Amazing things happen with the sheer power of the will. When there's a resolute will, the result will have to inevitably happen in the passage of time. Another element is for success is getting in deep trance. Because when you get in a deep level of trance, reality starts to reshape within you. It takes numerous and multiple sessions to achieve this result, but down the road things are more feasible. You will start pragmatizing in this new bred reality. You will start feeling, fleshing out into something supreme, something phenomenal, something you never encountered before. And that's due to the monumental fact that hypnosis seizes momentum when it comes to acknowledging true esoteric power and capacity for growth. You have to have the proclivity for growth. Start nurturing an infallible belief system in the passage of time. It will take time to manifest. Sure, things take time. It's all queued up in the universe, you know? And then reality starts to reshape slowly and steadily. With a virtue of patience, things will eventuate down the road, more or less. The key is to have multiple goals. Having multiple small goals leads inevitably to the universal fact that once upon a time you methodized a process, you became good at it, it became your second nature, and then you live and breathe this process and you radically rejoice it. Exactly. Everything can go exactly as planned when there's a resolute will and a methodized process. Because empowerment will find you somewhere at the crossroad, you know? You went half the distance and things will snowball from there. Hmm. That's an undeniable fact. I've seen it happen a multitude of times. Enjoying life, no? To the fullest extent possible, out of exactly what you already got. Amazing things spring to mind when you delve in hypnosis. Things start resonate more with you once you understand the soul and core purpose that lies between the thin layer of logic. You have to defy logic in a sense that it doesn't serve your best interest. You have to find another route and realize that there are options out there. There are a great many options which will allow you to leapfrog to the next level given the right place and time. Exactly. Sure, you ought to have a philosophy in there. Once you have a philosophy that latches on to the most desirable characteristics that are up for grabs, and all you have to do is ensnare them in your reality and feel and breathe the magnanimous change of feeling you in the process. Feeling, resurrected that something great is about to happen, something inimitably powerful, and you get to realize this and step onto the other side of the fence. Sometimes we have to transcend ourselves, if we want to leapfrog to the next level. We gotta have something that propels us forward, and that's the power of the programming. When you program the mind with systematized directives, amazing things tend to happen in the passage of time. Of course, you have to add faith in the mix, Have faith in yourself, unquestionable faith. That's the missing ingredient that makes, things fall into place. Amazing things. Just a couple hours before, I started listening to hypnosis again, and it fortified my spirit. I have the earnest desire to succeed, and success will find me because I programmed the mind eons before and until to the very this present day. Reality can be manipulated once you get the gist of things, once you start embracing your reality. Cosmic master hypnosis, that's the undeniable fact. It really programs your mind to succeed and leapfrog to the next level in a quantum fashion. We have incubated inside the programs some amazing techniques and methods that force the subconscious mind to embrace this new reality and custom tailored to fit your desires down the road. And we got to believe in the system so much, so inevitably. It was so charming, so mesmerizing that we got to experience the awakening phase of ourselves down the road. We got to experience something great, something phenomenal, something that tickles your fancy and makes you want to progress to the next level because there are a multitude and multiple realities, and you can swarm inside. Once you get programmed, you feel right off the bat that it works straight out the gate. The programs, makes you expand your noesis and expand to the very next level. The so much desired effect is a transcendence to another level. And when you intertwine and combine all these amazing combustible components in your reality, things will snowball and tend to change, small snowball things. So they manifest and they come into fruition in the most fantabulous way. The acoustic deliverance of the Cosmic Master programs is unparalleled, is off the charts because it gets to be assimilated deep in the subconscious mind. And you can change reality the instant you realize that this kind of power is surgically implanted in you via the method of hypnosis. Tremendous psychological boost for starters. That's what you'll feel. An earnest desire towards staying change and realizing change and realizing the potential you have all these traits and characteristics that are up for grabs and are already within you in order for you to realize your potential. Because the acknowledgement of your realization towards redefining and dissecting your potential in order to realize what is the core belief system inside you that should be more prominent so you can bring those mighty characteristics in you and embrace them in your reality until it becomes second nature. This is where you get to evolve, excel, and ultimately prosper. Amazing things. I have so many stories to share now. The power of the mind is incomparable. You yourself are a miracle of your own. But you have to go deep into the core to realize power because they deprogrammed your subconscious mind and scattered it into pieces. They demolished your most prominent characteristics and you have to rebuild them again. They violated your personality and they dared to mess with your mind big time. It is your sole duty to change that, and realize that things can change. I have all the spare time in the world to share with you these tidbits coming from the crypt. And the crypt is where true power is hidden. The crypt, of course, is your own subconscious mind. There lies the crypt. All you have to do is unlock it and proceed inside. See what is hidden in there. You will find amazing things once you dive deep esoterically. And know those who asked, I don't have any skeletons in the closet. I just like to test new things here and there, sometimes ruffle some feathers, and excavate deep within. The greatest fallacy of the involved man is that he never got to realize his true esoteric capacity for growth and esoteric tendency to excel and prosper. One of my favorite affirmations is I have control. So realizing that we have more control gets us into the groove to accomplish something. The most interesting part is accomplishing things unconsciously. You set the seed in the past and you reap the dividends in the future. The key is to be more relaxed, so to be receptive to this new reality. And we constantly seek for nirvana, and we get nirvana because we ask so. Sometimes asking something from the universe gets your wish fulfilled because it just so had to happen. But if you program the mind, you are more prepared for the grand awakening that's taking place backstage inside your very own head. There lies the magnificence. The mind, the brain is the most complex mechanism, and it can serve you for life if you program it to do so. Amazing things spring to mind with hypnosis. We have to identify hypnosis, embrace it, and then make the quantum leap transition to the next level. I'm pretty much, in high spirits, great mood, mental acuity, and inclination to serve my best interest with sheer force, the sheer power of the will. I have these affirmations serving me. They do serve me. I do reap the rewards later down the road. Each time I plant a seed, it grows phenomenally in the passage of time. And the fertilizer is hypnosis. The affirmations have to be implanted deep within the subconscious mind via the root of hypnosis. Oops. Hi, Red Robin. How are you, my man? And the best advice I can give you for starters is to be a laid back person. Be like Homer Simpson, so to speak. Feel average, but things just happen so that great things tend to manifest. Even a stupid person with low IQ like Homer Simpson can manifest. Sometimes people are enslaved by their own genius because genius knows the way out, but sometimes you have to sneak from behind. And then, yes, hypnosis is could be banned in the future because it will have to do with the freedom of speech, I think, because if it is very powerful and very drastic and things, fall into place when you start programming yourself. Things will get in the middle. Sometimes shit will hit the fan. Anyway, I'll try to be positive and not tend to predict the future, which I do sometimes. To help me get laid, yes, definitely I do use hypnosis, but I don't expect miracles to happen, everything to just fall into place out of in a whim. I just program my mind. I use my inner voice, my inner affirmations. I use them silently. Sometimes I speak them out loud. And I start believing more and more in myself and my potential. Believing yourself, being more assertive when needed the most is the right key ingredient in the recipe towards realizing that you have more room for growth. If you have trouble visualizing, well, visualization expect visualization to not be, so perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just visualize, even for 3 seconds successfully. You can visualize something that will probably eventuate in the future. If it is better to use affirmations with your inner voice or some, whenever you feel so and whenever you're inclined to, uh, use the affirmations loudly or silently. It really depends on your esoteric voice, what the voice tells you. Sometimes, if you speak them out loud and it feels like you're silly, all you have to do is just sit back, relax, and use them silently. Yes. One of my favorite affirmations, and I use just one affirmation, so the mind doesn't get boggled. I use I have control. Well, believe it or not, I just say it. I have with conviction. I have control. Yes. I'm not so much of a live person. I'm more into video. So I don't know how long this will last. Probably depends on other factors. Don't do it robotically. Don't do the affirmations robotically. Just do it naturally whenever you feel so. The law of average here is to realize that you use this affirmation with conviction. Every time you say it, you believe it as if you were a madman. You believe this like a madman. Even the whole world falls apart, nothing can stop you from believing that. That's the consensus here. 3 times a day, it's okay. It's 3 times a day. Whatever floats your boat. Yes. Amazing things spring to mind with hypnosis. Amazing. And I use the affirmations with utter zeal, with sheer conviction. I believe them. So my whole posture, my whole outlook, how it's portrayed inside the world, and how it's reflected inside the matrix helps me accomplish things. That's the way I feel it. That's the way it works for me. I'm not being 100% absolute here. Yes. The key is to enjoy the process. Enjoy every second you spill the affirmations, spell them. Every time you spell the affirmations and they're spilled in your subconscious, then you hit a nerve in there. I'm a total junkie, with affirmations. And I use just one affirmation and it serves me well so far. Because when you realize that you have control, your whole posture will change. And it will reflect in the eyes of others and that person that tickles your fancy. Amazing things. Let's just say it. It's amazing. All right, and then here now, drastically. That's okay. That's okay. I've been doing this for well over a decade, so they do have to sell. We're not a charity here. Amazing things. I just said the programming is the most amazing single handedly thing that happened in my whole life. I can say that with conviction because I've seen dramatic results in the passage of time. Sometimes things tend to manifest instantaneously, other times takes time. What I've been manifesting, they're personal things I don't like to share because they will define my character in a way that it's not portrayable, so to speak. They're very personal. But I did share in a video something, but it's too commercial, it's like spamming my own and tooting my own horn. I don't like to do this live. Yes, amazing things, amazing things. Just say, I manifested amazing things. And another occult secret I like to share with you is never say your accomplishments in detail, in pretty much no detail or boasting about them. That will contradict with your spiritualism. It doesn't do good here. When you don't share it, it just goes out of proportions. Boosts your vibrations. I can feel that. But anyway, what I've been manifesting. Lots and lots of things. The bigger things need no more time to manifest. Sometimes they don't manifest. I'm not, all about successes here. Things are for those who persist and insist. If there's a resolute will, there's power inside. Amazing things. Because I know it sounds awkward, the universe might take it back from you. I've seen it happen when I was boasting in the past about accomplishments. I lost power But we do, in a sense, boast about our accomplishments, appearing on video and spouting things left and right. I'm not saying that you have to purchase the Cosmic Master programs when you start, so even if you listen to good old jazz music, it will do some justice here, and visualizing, being more relaxed in order to relax yourself, let your muscles loose and diminish yourself to another dimension. But I'm a candid advocate, a devout supporter of Cosmic Master hypnosis because this is the real McCoy for me. Yes, the dream matrix should be working already on the inside and wants you to act more, to get out, socialize, have a strategy in place. It's a booster. It boosts your signal in the universe. So things you tend to manifest are more receptive inside the universe. And you don't have to necessarily use it more than twice a week because twice a week is already enough. They use it, see, people use it twice a week for the first month and then about once a year. Then you don't have to re-listen, but they have intense visualizations when they use these scripts and these programs. They have very intense visualizations and they come to the glowing fact that reality tends to reshape in the passage of time. If there's a resolute will, you have to really bolster in you a sound belief system that will propel you forward. Be back. And practicing things, start to practice things, practicing things in front of a mirror. Mirror is another dimension. The mirror is a gateway to another dimension sometimes. And let's think of just a gateway to another dimension, the mirror. What you see in the mirror, where you sculpt yourself in a certain way, is portrayed in the mirror. You have to exercise your stare, the way you move, talk, and walk in the mirror until this visualization fits the bill and makes you happy and content with yourself. Sometimes saying the affirmations in the mirror, we talk with a man in the mirror. Mhm. And yes, just program your mind and realize that things will tend to manifest in the passage of time. So you can't change the past. I don't have this kind of information. I think, uh, I'll be, I will be snatched and I will be definitely somewhere. where I not belong. Talking about things like time travel. I stopped talking about these things because they draw unnecessary attention. When I used to play football, I visualized. I visualized the exact scene I wanted to happen, of course, with the right strategy and the coordination with other players and the sheer tendency, to become the best and be like the best. I left enough time for me, enough time for me to visualize. Sometimes it takes quarter of an hour or more or less, doesn't matter. You have to enjoy it and blank your mind out first. When you blank your mind out, you are ready to be receptive of these new directives. If you can change the present, you can change your past. That I have to say. Give your best shot out of your you already got. And this video will stay in history. Exactly, and whole dialogue. Enjoy being in trance, opens the gateways of the subconscious to conceive the unthinkable. Is it like telekinesis, Robin? Unfortunately, I don't have any successful attempts at telekinesis, so I don't use them. I don't use any other subliminals other than the Cosmic Masters. For example, the latest one, the first, the second latest was the Quantum Spirit, and the other one, the newest one, will rise your way to power. If you believe it the way it transpires acoustically inside of you, things will manifest in you first. It will plant the seed in you first. And through repetition, let's say twice a week, you rotate the programs, and then things, tend to manifest more. More. If you want more, you also have to be more assertive. The absolute best I've tried. Let me check it right here. And the other one is psionic charmer. I don't have to say anything else. I just write, a few things in the description. It's not even a sales page. And people just want to swarm inside because it gets you acoustically to another level. And this level for me is the ecstasy, the nirvana of true joy and power. We're just, open to this reality and this realization. Yes, you can change your genes with hypnosis. That's a fact. That's de facto. You can change your genes definitely, and sometimes all you have to do is really identify with the supreme realization and the visualization that takes place, and whatnot. Yes, I haven't tried any of this biokinesis, no. Being in trance is something I always try to achieve to the furthest extent possible and realize something. Is it feasible? Can it occur? Is it somehow not realistic but possible? And then I start to visualize and swarm inside the idea that spawned upon my reality. And I get ecstatic about it. Another thing is how the sound is delivered and how it is perceived in order to absorb more the programming inside your head. And hypnosis should really be very powerful in order for it to work straight out the gate. And nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. And your visualization doesn't have to be perfect because practice is the mother lode of repetition. When you start practicing something with visualization, even if it lasts successfully for 5 seconds, 3 seconds, and then you have to memorize it. Memorize something that the subconscious prompted you with. When you memorize it and recall it, then you can use it to your benefit. And the program sells so well because I command practically the highest prices in the industry. I've just checked the prices and they are highest out there. Because marketing tests show that there are special people out there with the earnest desire to change, and they would be devout supporters of the cause. You'd also want your meditation process to be uninterrupted. Of course, you can single out the elements you don't want out of the meditation and even use these as clues about the future. Because when you meditate, something that interrupts your meditation, something that interrupts your meditation could be the answer you're looking for. And you were quick to dismiss it. Don't let this happen again, for your own sake at least. And of course, if you read between the lines, I think today's stream was off the charts. I could charge, easily $100 for this, but no, doesn't have to happen this way. If you read between the lines, you will acknowledge power from these sayings in today's recording. So you better listen again and again, download it, save it out there, not out there, save it in your disk and use it to find the answers you want in the future. But you really have to be more receptive to this whole new area, reality. And I know I make myself available for you to reap the rewards down the road by concentrating on your higher self and higher purpose. Because when you emit positive vibes all day long, you will manifest. So, as of late, we had to concoct, bring out in the market new programs, two new programs. And I'm pretty much convinced that folks will benefit from them. So, visualization has to be an enjoyable process. Use these techniques we described today, like looking in the mirror, rehearsing your future, and realizing potential. And remember, opportunity is out there. Don't wait it to knock on your door. Expect yourself to make the first stride, but it has to be in the right direction. In the right direction, you realize when you start believing more in yourself, believing more and more and more, nothing can stop you when there's a resolute will. Nothing. Nothing can interfere with your immaculate perception once you hone it down to a T. I'm a living testament that this hypnosis works. I can only speak for myself. I can already feel the magnanimous energy of the cosmic master. It's because it's all over the place here. That's why I'm so tranquil, serene, and ready to imbibe the affirmations of the cosmic master. Some people are hesitant. I know they believe that something else is being played on the back burner, but not the case with the cosmic master. You will feel the tranquility inside you. It will force you to awaken and force you to conceive the unthinkable. Because real opportunity is perceived when the mind is prepared to accept it. Exactly. I'm pretty much convinced that this whole thing works. Exactly. I never made any hypnosis to cut smoking because I thoroughly enjoy it. And I don't smoke that much, but let's take this off stage. Let's realize that potential is up for grabs. You can do whatever you want with this kind of power. You will know what people think, with that smoking thinking out there. Huh? How did I know that you were quick to condemn me about this? But I got to realize it. I brought it into the surface. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Amazing things, amazing manifestos. The manifestos are out there, they're expecting a recipient, and they're expecting somebody to fulfill them. And that could be you. That's a good point. Absolutely, yes, it is. La morena del fuego. Exactly. I want to thank you for your participation in this small live stream. If you have something to add, now's the time. If you have any questions, I will talk out of experience and maybe help you down the road achieve something that's perceivable, because whatever the mind can perceive, it can achieve. And I know that's a small live stream, but I'm cut out for other things, much bigger and better things. I need someone to knock me off my cradle. I should step out the higher horse and realize, what? No, I won't do this. I'm pretty much convinced that this whole thing works. enjoying your life to the max, seizing the moment, seizing the day. That's a consensus. Sometimes being soft, other times being more aggressive, you ought to have a strategy in place. Hypnosis is a tool, not just a tool. It's a gateway to another dimension. If you have the proclivity and a tendency to follow suit with higher self in the process, you will be riding the way of some inconceivable manifestos that are waiting, some sort of recipient. That could be you and me, us. I believe it with conviction. That's all she wrote and all that matters. It depends what kind of interest is that, where it's spawned from, where a person of interest feels. They become intoxicated, they become obsessed. They become obsessed with their reality. Sometimes we tend to magnify a person, idolize them, and we don't have to do that because it takes from our ego, and our ego is very important. Do not deactivate your ego, or you're in for the ride of your life. You can do remote seduction whenever you feel so. The person of interest, after you exercise the remote influence upon them, they will feel it will you will pop in their memory. You will make an impression to them. That's what they feel. They just reminded of you somehow, but they doesn't mean that they will accept you in their reality. Yes, that's it. Okay, we will have to end this live stream. It's been over an hour. I don't want to take long. Okay, thank you for your participation. It's pretty much very much accepted. I accepted the metrics. It will write history for me. Being an hour here with you and talking about manifestation, even about talking about it, brings good vibes. Thank you, La Morenade. Thank you, and everybody who submitted their questions. Have a good one. Cheers and keep the chin up.